Alright, sorry, but I didn't get any video of this. Last night we were coming home and the temperature gauge was fluctuating. You know, it usually stays pretty consistent, you know, right kind of in the middle of the hot cold there. It would go up and then it would come back down and go up and come back down. And if it goes up when you're parked at a stoplight and then it comes back down when you start driving again, that's usually a fan problem. It means that your fan's not running, so that when you're sitting still, the engine gets hotter and hotter because there's no air blowing across the radiator. And then we start going, air starts blowing across the radiator and cooling your coolant and cooling your engine. So obviously if you were parked, your fan would kick on to cool down the radiator and you would still see your temperature stay in the same place. You really wouldn't notice any fluctuation. This was just randomly going up and down, not too much, never getting in the red zone for sure, but moving around a lot. And I believe that is caused by a sticking thermostat. And the thermostat in this is about 20 years old. So I'm going to buy one and replace it. Here's the thermostat. And the gasket did not come with it, but he sold it to me separately and then just threw it in the box. $5 for the gasket, $28 for the thermostat. Let's see if we can see who it's actually made by. I can't tell what that is. Anyway, $36.17. It's a little tight in here. This is the thermostat housing. I believe there's three 12mm bolts. So I'm going to take this hose off and take those bolts off and pop this off and get ready to catch some coolant because it's probably going to spill a little or a lot. We'll see. This cheap old Kmart socket set doesn't even have a lid to it anymore. Maybe a screwdriver to pry something with. Actually, I think I like this screwdriver better. Found this in the road. Find a lot of my tools in the road. Let's see, maybe a rubber mallet. I watched Toyota Maintenance and I think he uses a rubber mallet to, I don't know, where's my rubber mallet? I think one of my kids probably borrowed it. I'll just grab a little scrap piece of wood. Something like this would be fine. Then we'll go in the quote-unquote bomb shelter. If you haven't been in here yet, this is the floor of my carport. So that's all concrete and rebar. This is all underground walls. And the driveway probably slopes down right about there. So technically that wall is not, that would be a walkout if I put a door in there. And I actually do want to put a door in there one day. But what I come in here for? A pan to catch the coolant. This is my oil pan and this is my coolant pan. And Toyota recommends Toyota coolant or extended life coolant. So I'm going to use this SuperTech extended life coolant because we're going to lose a little coolant and we'll need something to replace it. And let's grab some shop towels too. Throw all that in my trusty tool cart. You ready for breakfast? Yeah? You're not gonna come out? I'm scaring you? I understand. Alright. This is Paco. I'm gonna do a video on Paco in the future. She is a little miracle in and of herself. I know Paco is a boy's name. Long story behind that. Oh, one thing I forgot. Pliers to get that clamp off. It looks like, I don't think you can see down there, but the skid plate is down there. So most of it'll just, actually, it'll all hit the skid plate. So I just need to put this pan at the back of the skid plate. And hopefully it'll follow these channels into the pan. Now some people probably do this without actually even removing the hose, but I'm going to remove the hose anyway. So pull that off. Actually, not so much came out of it. So I'll just prop this up where it won't drain anywhere. Ooh, it looks like it's just going to be fine right there. We'll just leave it right there. Take this housing off. Now I expect some water to come out of here as well, but not a whole lot actually. So you can see, you know, this is one of the highest points on the engine. Alright, let's give this a little tap. There we go. That's loose. Boy, that thing is nice and clean, isn't it? Let's take this screwdriver. Get it in there somehow. Not a whole lot of coolant coming out of there either. Now this looks like a really nice thermostat. But it does not look like the Toyota one, and it doesn't have a little dingy thing like the Toyota one. Let's get that out and look at it. So here's this. And here's this. It's like a totally different design. This is Toyota, unless Toyota people have put some other kind of part in their Toyota box. And this is what was in it. Now this looks super clean. Yeah, it looks like it's made of decent materials, but it is a totally different thermostat. Even the top, look, this is thicker up there, that's thin. Spring sizes are all different. Interesting. Oh, this has a gasket on the bottom there, and this doesn't. Huh. Wow. Let's install it. I'm gonna go wash my hands really good before I start reassembling. Just make sure I don't get any grit or debris in the new thermostat gasket or housing. Alright, here's the thermostat and here's the gasket. I think there's a certain way it goes on. Cleaned them all up. Just gonna Fit that around the rim. Make sure it's not wrinkled anywhere. That looks good. It's clean. Alright. Now, this little dinghy thing, is supposed to go up, perfectly up. So that's how we're going to install it. Just like that. Put the cover back on. Not super tight. I'm just snugging them up with thumb pressure here because this all is aluminum, but tight enough so it's not going to come loose. I'm sure if it did loosen up you'd see some coolant leaking first, but alright, let's get the hose back on. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's top off the coolant. That's full to the top there. Since we didn't lose a whole bunch, I'm just going to top off this overflow here. Here's the overflow, and you can see there's the low mark and there's the full mark. And since I know I lost a little coolant, I'm going to fill it a little bit above the full mark so that when it starts drawing coolant, it'll probably take it down to the full mark. Now I'm going to crank the engine and turn the heat all the way to hot and run it hot, and that should circulate everything and hopefully will burp the air out of the system and all that sort of deal. Turn that off now. It looks like, use these napkins to prop the camera, the phone. You can see it looks like it is holding steady right there in the middle. So, thermostat appears to have been the problem. Coolant actually got higher, but it has not overflowed, so we'll just leave it for now. And we gotta take this thing to drop some stuff off. at the dump. Right, just drove it about 20 miles or so, maybe more, and the temperature did not even move from there. So it's definitely fixed.